Okay, let's just dive right into it. South Korea just pulled off what has to be one of the absolute most satisfying, heart-pounding comebacks of the 2026 World Cup opening round. But look, their ruthless 2-1 victory over the Czech Republic, it wasn't just some dramatic lucky win. No, it was the continuation of a lethal historic legacy. We're going to break down exactly how what looked like a devastating upset brewing completely turned into a masterclass in resilience. Because here's the thing you have to understand. Defeating European giants on the world's biggest stage, that is no longer a coincidence for South Korea. It's an undeniable tradition at this point. I mean, think back to 2018, right? The relentless late-game pressure absolutely broke Germany. Then fast forward to 2022. Their sheer refusal to quit secured that stunning stoppage-time win against Portugal. And now, in 2026, they've gone and added the Czech Republic to that exact same list. In all three of these tournaments, it really hasn't just been about skill. It's been about this unbreakable mental fortitude when the odds are totally stacked against them. This deep history of late-game stamina is the exact foundation of the mental toughness we're about to see unfold in this explainer. To really get a feel for the pressure of this matchup, we have to look at the stark contrast between these two squads. You had South Korea coming in with a massive roster of European-based stars, all led by their talisman, Captain Son Heung-min. And they didn't just want to qualify, you know? They arrived with genuine, serious ambition to go deep into this tournament. On the flip side, you have the Czech Republic, ranked 41st in the world, and they were fighting tooth and nail just to escape the group stage for the first time since 2006. So you've got two teams that are absolutely desperate, which created this intense pressure cooker environment right from the opening whistle. But despite South Korea totally controlling the tempo, the first half was, well, frankly, was a bit awkward. The scoreboard sat stuck at 0-0, and as the players headed to the tunnel, they were actually met with jeers from a pretty unimpressed crowd. South Korea definitely had the better of the play, no doubt. Captain Son Heung-min had this golden chance in the 39th minute but fired it wide, and then another massive opportunity in the 56th minute was blocked by Czech goalkeeper Matej Kovar. In theory, controlling possession and creating chances means you should be winning, right? But in practice, that inability to finish just left the door wide open. And then, boom, the 59th minute. The Czech Republic practically kicked that door off its hinges. After sitting deep and basically just absorbing pressure for an hour, Vladimir Koufal launches this massive long throw-in directly into the penalty area. Czech captain Ladislav Krejci rises up, connects, and heads it home. It completely stunned the stadium and just absolutely shocked the South Korean defense. And the sheer irony of this moment is just staggering, because that header, that was their very first shot on target. I mean, think about that. After doing absolutely nothing offensively for nearly an hour, while South Korea dictated the entire pace of the match, the Czechs took the lead on their very first real effort on goal. It sounds super unfair, but hey, that is the cruel reality of tournament football. A single moment of set-piece quality completely flipped the script, and suddenly, South Korea is forced to find a rapid response. Okay, so what happens next? Well, what followed was 20 minutes of the most rapid, chaotic momentum swings of the entire tournament so far. This match went from a slow burn to an absolute inferno. Let's actually walk through the three-step chaotic reversal that dragged South Korea back from the brink, starting with a moment of pure individual brilliance. Step 1 of that chaos was just pure class. It took South Korea only 8 minutes to respond. In the 67th minute, Hwang In-beom receives a pass from Kang In-lee, and what he did next, that wasn't luck, that was high-level technique and total composure under extreme pressure. Hwang cuts inside, completely sells 2 Czech defenders with this brilliant fake, and then calmly clips a deft finish perfectly inside the far post. It was, quite genuinely, a piece of artwork that leveled the score. And you know, that goal meant a whole lot more than just tying the game. By later securing an assist in this exact same match, Hwang In-beom joined a highly exclusive club of South Korean World Cup legends, because only 2 other South Korean players have ever recorded both a goal and an assist in a single World Cup match, Choi Soon-ho back in 1986 and Hong Myung-bo in 1994. But honestly, the most incredible part of this whole stat? Hong Myung-bo is currently the South Korea head coach. He was standing right there on the touchline, literally watching his own historic record be matched. How cool is that? But of course, the drama was far from over. Right after the equalizer, the Czechs thought they had instantly retaken the lead. West Ham midfielder Tomas Soucek headed in from another set piece. He celebrated, the Czech bench went wild, and all the momentum seemed to immediately vanish for South Korea. But welcome to the 2026 World Cup. The cameras are literally everywhere and the technology is ruthless. Video review caught an offside and the goal was overturned. You can literally score and then uncelebrate in the space of like 90 seconds. This VAR lifeline changed everything. It kept South Korea level instead of forcing them to chase a deficit all over again. And man, did they capitalize on that lifeline. South Korea found their breakthrough and officially completed the comeback. In the 80th minute, Hwang In-beom, who was undoubtedly the player of the match by the way, whips in this deadly cross from the right flank. Waiting perfectly in the box is substitute Oh Hyeon-gyu, who slots home a close-range finish. The players, the fans behind the net, they just absolutely erupted. And that goal didn't just seal a ruthless, totally well-deserved victory, it marked South Korea's first opening round World Cup win since they beat Greece 16 years ago. Back in 2010. I think coach Hong Myung-bo summed up the true takeaway here perfectly. He said, "The win itself makes me happy, but what's even more positive is that our boys won by not giving up." And that right there, that refusal to accept defeat, which directly echoes their historic late-game stamina against both Germany and Portugal, that is the exact mental strength that separates your everyday good tournament teams from the truly great ones. They were down, but they didn't panic. They just executed. So what does this all mean for the big picture? Well, this victory completely reshapes the tournament landscape right out of the gate. After match day 1, South Korea is sitting perfectly level at the top of Group A with 3 points. They're tied exactly with tournament co-hosts Mexico, who just secured a 2-0 victory over South Africa. Meanwhile, you've got the Czech Republic and South Africa left at the bottom with 0 points, facing a really steep uphill battle to survive. The group is already taking a very clear, highly competitive shape. Which of course brings us to the ultimate showdown. South Korea came to this World Cup to win, and against the Czech Republic, they proved that their giant-killing DNA is fully intact. But their next match? It's against Mexico. South Korea's relentless mental toughness and their crazy tradition of thrilling late comebacks is now going to collide head-on with Mexico's massive home continent advantage. Both have 3 points. Both have incredible momentum. One of them is going to take absolute control of Group A. So the only question left to ask is, does South Korea's historic resilience be enough to conquer the co-hosts? Keep that in the back of your mind as we watch the rest of this tournament unfold.